Oh man. Hey, I love that. Thank you for sharing. It's, you know what? It's so nice that you showed up to, after all these months to with that great news. I love it. That was a journey. All right. Anybody else with a manifesting story before we get started that they want to share?
Morning. Just quickly, since I spoke to you guys last, I listened to what Liz said, that I thought I was self-sabotaging, but I wasn't choosing. So since then, I've done basic training and Cogno Quantum and loving it. The money was just there. The money was there. I just wasn't choosing it, but I didn't realize. Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's great. Yeah. Thank you.
Love it. All right. Thank you.
Fantastic work, Rowena. All right. Well, we're 51 people in. We could have up to 200 tonight, but let's get started so you guys have an amazing experience. So let me get myself spotlighted. If you are not currently talking, would you please mute yourself so we don't have any background noise? Just want to set up what we're going to do tonight. So we are going to share with you some of the amazing discoveries, some of them Brian just talked about in manifesting. We're going to get you feeling what you feel about your manifestations. We're going to find where the blocks are. And then we're going to show you a quick technique to clear it. Now, I want you guys to know, if you're brand new tonight, this is just a little tiny taste of Cogno Movement. Cogno Movement has a lot of techniques, hundreds actually, many. Each of them is very individually powerful, and collectively, they're incredible with what can be accomplished. Cogno Movement can be used for many things, clearing trauma, for athletic performance, for focus, for learning, to improve your IQ. Mostly, Cogno Movement is used to remove your automated responses. Now, that covers everything in life. Work, business, relationships are huge. And the list goes on and on and on. It's used by businesses. It's used by lots of other practitioners as an add-on to what they do. And we have practitioners who are just solely dedicated to Cogno Movement with their own niches for the people that they serve. So that's just a little overview. So we're going to set you up tonight with really getting into your body about how you feel about what you want. We're going to find the blocks. We're going to help you clear. We're going to share with you an amazing offer that we have for tonight. It's a class that's upcoming. So we want you to make sure and stay for that. Right after that, we're going to open the floor for questions and sharing and comments. So we want you to stay to the end so that you have the opportunity to ask what you want to ask. You've got Bill and myself and Leah. By the way, I'm Liz Larson. I'm the co-creator of Cogno Movement along with Bill McKenna. We have Leah Seneff here tonight, who is the Cogno Movement team. When you reach out to us, info@cognomovement.com. That's who you get, is Leah. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize I muted myself there for a second. Okay. So start off tonight. Bill, do you want to add anything to that before I go on?
No, go ahead.
All right.
Well, Leah does, though.
Oh, Leah, do you have something you want to add? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, because we almost missed it, but Lizzie said that she was worried about obtaining this year's Christmas and birthday gifts, and she manifested being invited to be an Amazon reviewer, and literally everything in her wish list has been presented to her, and that's just after a free session.
I mean, shabam.
Lizzie, I love that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Who knew that was a thing? Like, I want all these random things, and like, boom, how are you going to possibly? Well, of course, it's Amazon. Well, we want them to just ship it all to me. How great is that for a manifestation?
Wow, and that was just from last time, the last free class? That's great. All right.
That is
So
great.
this speaks to my point, you guys. Cogno movement is a lot of methods. I mean, some of you, I know you're here tonight from our Cogno Conscious events. Some of you are practitioners. People have done lots of different things, but even if you've never been here before, the simple methods that you're going to learn tonight, you're really going to get something out of. Maybe it's your whole Christmas wish list. So let's start with, take out a piece of paper and just write down the money goal that you have. But let's get clear about money. It might be a dollar amount that you'd like to have in your bank account that helps you feel secure. It might be a dollar amount to make a move, like Brian was saying. It might be money to have a house. So notice that I'm saying money too, because money, you really don't want it as a pile in the middle of your living room. You might to roll around in it like they do on TV, but after that, it gets a little boring. I mean, cash in the middle of the room, maybe you can burn it, but it doesn't really do anything for you. We want money for a reason. There's something we want to do with that. So please, if you will, write down the thing that you want the money for. You want money to. Maybe you'd like to be independently wealthy. What does that mean to you specifically? Would it be $1 million? Would it be 5 million? But I want money to be independently wealthy. So write down the thing at the top of your list, and nobody's watching. So please let yourself, let your body tell the truth. What do you really want? What is it? And as you write it down, I want you to start to notice how your body feels. Now, with Cogno movement, we're not so interested in the story or the logical mind, which may sound funny to you. We want to know, what is your automated response to this particular goal? It's really important that you let yourself just notice, because this is where you're going to find what's stopping you. If there wasn't something stopping you already, you'd have it. It would show up right now, instantly. So there's something. And the first clue is, how does your body feel about it? Now, if you look at that goal and your body just soars, you're just flying high, it's on its way, it's showing up. But if not, if you start to feel a little queasy about it, something that feels something like resistance. So what does resistance feel like? You know, you might feel a tightening in your face, your jaw. You might feel a little ache in your chest. Your hands might go numb. Your big toe might be singing to you right now. Just notice, how is your body reacting in this moment? Now, lots of people say, I don't feel. We're not talking about your emotion on this. I want to know, how is your body reacting? You know, are you feeling a little tense? Does your low back get a little tight? Do you have a chronic tight low back? Check in there. Do your shoulders get a little tense? I feel a little bit sick to my stomach. Yeah, would you, if you're willing, in the chat, write, where's your body reacting? For you, it's completely different for everyone, but this first step really is the key. Heavy heart and tight chest. Yeah. Left side of the chest. Yeah. Chest is a real common place to feel that bit of resistance. If you're starting stomach, flip-flop. Yeah. Great work, you guys. You're noticing it. Pit in the feeling of the stomach. Good. A little unusual energetic movement in my upper left chest. Yeah. Queasy in my solar plexus. Amazing. You guys are doing such a good job. Itching. I love that. Shoulders. Stomach ache, nausea. Uneasy overall. Yeah. You guys are so good at this already. So check in with that. And I want you to take a big deep breath in and simply allow whatever that sensation is to be there. Breathe in. choking, mid-back tension. Yeah, and breathe out. So big, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Isn't thinking about a goal supposed to feel good? Yes, Penelope, if you're in alignment with it, your body will sing. If you're out of alignment with it, your body will show you where you have resistance. You have immediate automated response for the body, and the body notices where that is. Really good question. Okay, so you're welcoming it. You're allowing it to be there just for a moment. Just for now, let it be what it is. Keep yourself in this sensation. And next, Bill's going to take you through finding what that block is specifically, not through the logical mind, but through the body. And we're going to use the eyes. So Bill, take it away.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do is we're going to get out of, if you have a piece of paper or your phone, something that you can make a note on. Now, when you go and you make these notes are going to be of great value to you. So just maybe 2 words or so, because you want to stay in this process. And at the same time, you want to make your notes. You know, you're just, so quick jot, whatever is occurring to you, write it down. During this process that I'm going to take you through, you may notice things that you're like, that doesn't make any sense. It's as if it's childlike. Like, if I get this, for example, if I get this money, then my ex-husband would end up getting some, and I don't want him to have any. You know, it could be anything, but allow to whatever to come, even if it seems like so ridiculous, like you want to push it away, like I shouldn't feel that way. But the thought occurred to you, and these things that are going to occur to you are the very reason that you don't get to, shall we say, move to Nashville. So for the people that are here during the beginning and heard that manifestation. Okay, ready? Now, if you look at your screen, you can look at my eyes. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly move our eyes in a massive circle. Your head is straight and level, and your eyes are moving across the ceiling, down the wall, across the floor, and up the other side. Now you can see how slowly I move my eyes. You can actually move your eyes slower. When you move your eyes slowly, what is going to happen is there's going to be a place that you feel your eyes like almost like they're pulling, or they don't want to look here. There's tension. It's dry. It feels like sandpaper. I want to skip an area, or I start blinking my eyes rapidly, right? That is the area where you want your eyes to be. The problem and the solution are in the exact same place. As you get into the area where your eyes don't want to be, what you're going to do is just notice if a thought comes up that's contrary to your manifestation. This is a super fun exercise. Close your eyes right now. Hopefully you have something to make a note on. If you don't have something to make a note on, go get something to make a note on. It could even be your phone or your iPad or whatever, but you need to make notes. close your eyes and imagine this wonderful manifestation, whatever that is money-wise for you that you wrote down. Obviously, if it's something else for you. That's okay. But be there, imagine enjoying it completely, enjoying it, and now look up with your eyes, directly up at the ceiling, head is straight and level, and slowly begin to move your eyes across the ceiling, enjoying your manifestation. When the eyes feel as if they don't want to be there, what's here that is in contrast to or in resistance to me having this? Is it me? Is it someone else? Is it something that would make me feel bad if it happened? Something that's at risk? Just stay in the, I'm enjoying this manifestation. And when that thing that is at risk, if you get this manifestation, write it down. Just write it down and then go back again and begin to move your eyes very, very slowly. Keeping your head straight and level and going down one wall and across the floor and up the other. And if you move your eyes fast, you will blow right by the valuable information that's in your neurology. Your eyes and your brain and your spinal cord, your neurology are one system. So we're going to discover what's in resistance that's in my body to me having this manifestation. Allow yourself to just enjoy this manifestation so much. And move the eyes. When you get to that point where the eyes are resisting in some way, just notice what's here. What's here that would be in resistance to or at risk if I got my manifestation? And then make your note. Continue on. Continue on. Go back to enjoying your manifestation. This is super important. That's why this is so fun. All you're doing is enjoying your manifestation and then moving your eyes. If you don't really know, it's okay. Just relax.
Hey, Bill, would you continue to show them what you're talking about so they can see the eye movement?
You raise your eyes up. I'm enjoying my manifestation if it's now. And then I slowly move my eyes. I slowly move them. I'm actually looking across the ceiling and then down the wall. And I'm enjoying the manifestation. There'll be a place where my eyes, maybe they feel like double vision or tight, or literally I don't have any vision in a certain place. And when I reach there, what I do is I'll stop. Is there anything here that's in resistance? What's at risk of me manifesting my desire?
So you don't have to overthink it. It'll be like just a flash of a picture, or even just a sensation of, oh, my sister or my dog, or it's really just a momentary insight. Or maybe for you, a whole storyline will play out.
And you just keep going. Some of these things you're just simply going to know. You might not even have any resistance with your eyes, but you know, oh, yeah, my resistance to money. Well, rich people are jerks, according to my father. They don't have any fun. And I like having fun. I
So
certainly want to have fun.
let's give everybody just a little break. Let your eyes rest and your head drop and just breathe just for a moment. Take a moment to write down anything that you found so far. And if you found something super interesting, put it in the chat. Just one word, like something really interesting that you didn't suspect, put it in the chat. Just breathe. Let yourself rest for a moment. Heat and fear. Great, Mara. Good job. Just rest and notice how your body feels the same or different now. Notice if that sensation in your body has changed. Economy and government. My life would be shortened. Wow. I mean, that's a big reason not to receive your manifestation, right? Death. That's a problem. Too much crazy and scary, right?
Fear of being critical.
Anxiety, I think, Tia, is what you meant to write there, but I'm not sure. Worthy. Yeah. Good job, you guys. Great. Not allowed. Yep. That's one. Immediately so tight, I looked up thoughts of taking advantage of, right? People will use you if you have the money. Money brings sickness and family problems. Drama, rejection. This is going so fast I can't read it. Gossip, you'd be alone. Gosh, Alice, a lot of reason not to do it. Fear of failure, can't be better. Can't be better than who, Mary, right? Taxes and your husband. Wow, that's a big one. Accused of obtaining money illegally. Yeah. I have a client who actually is a millionaire now, but he said he was worried that his sister would actually say, well, you got that money way too easy. You didn't work hard for it. He's an investor. So that's what was blocking him. Weird, but it's the things that are in our body. You don't want to be like your father. Yeah, great, Rowena. All right, you guys, really excellent work. We'll dig back in again. We'll do another round. Thought it might take too much time to manifest. Money and economy, good work. All right, nice break. Great noticing. We'll dig in again. Let's see what else there might be. What's deeper?
Okay, here we go. Ready? Again, super fun exercise because you're going to enjoy manifesting. Oh, enjoy it. I've got this. Now enjoy it completely. Enjoy. We're going to lift our eyes all the way up and we're going to go to the opposite direction of the way you went before. And you're going to enjoy your manifestation. Move even slower than you did last time. I'm enjoying my manifestation. You're in it, enjoying any thoughts that come to you at all as you're enjoying the manifestation. A lot of times you may actually see people from your childhood, like, what the hell? I was in 4th grade. Why is little Johnny showing up? Wait a second. Write that down. There's something there for you. Go back, enjoy your manifestation, And slowly, slowly move the eyes. Move the eyes while enjoying the manifestation. Keep breathing. Notice if there's a position that you hold your breath. If that position, wherever you're holding your breath, begin to breathe right there. The breath is the bridge in between the conscious mind and the subconscious. When you hold it, there's something going on. So there's something of value there. So simply stop and like, what's here in resistance to me having that?
Let your eyes really stretch, everyone. If your eyes aren't a little bit uncomfortable by now, you're probably not doing the work. If you need to focus on something, grab a pen or your Cogno movement ball and let your eyes focus, but really, really let them stretch.
Make your notes. When it happens, you get the information, make a note. And then go back to enjoying the manifestation. Just enjoy it.
We're letting all of the areas of your brain, all the place cells in your brain actually take a look at this manifestation. And we're seeing all the different perspectives that there are within your own self, within your own nervous system. So take your time and really listen to what your body has to say.
And now close your eyes. Relax your eyes.
Bill, we're having a little bit of a hard time hearing you.
Okay. Hold on a second. Close your eyes and make note of anything you had there. And what you're going to do is you're going to make any notes of anything that occurred to you that was in conflict with your manifestation. 2 seconds.
So don't worry about what it is. Literally, there's no judgment. It's just you and yourself writing it down. Just let yourself be as curious as you can possibly be about the stuff that you wrote down. It might be a big shocker to you, or you might have known it all along. And just, acknowledge that it's a pattern running in your system and it's a little block.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, now, open your eyes. We're going to do one other really quick exercise before we move to the next step. If you look at my eyes, if you could spotlight me, Liz.
Hey, 1 second. Patricia said that she had to adjust hers to a higher dollar amount. That's an amazing, Patricia. And I just want to tell you that happens a lot. In this process, people find that their goal is not big enough, that really what's right for them is more. So congrats, Patricia. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, so if you'll spotlight me. Okay.
You're on the screen right now. I'm looking for you. So go ahead.
Okay. So you're okay. There we go. Okay. So the next exercise is very, very slow. Just like you went and did this very slowly before, you're going to move your eyes like this, from left to right, low to high, millimeter by millimeter, moving them from left to right, from low to high. And as you do, you're going to enjoy your manifestation. There is going to be a place that you sense that it's difficult to move the eyes, more difficult than the other areas. There is information there for you that's of value. So when you spot this area, stay there and it's like, oh, there's something here. What's in resistance to my manifestation? Close your eyes for a second and get back into enjoying your manifestation. Now look down at the floor and begin very, very slowly moving all the way to the left wall, all the way to the right wall. And moving very slowly while enjoying your manifestation. Move your eyes slightly higher, enjoying your manifestation the whole way. Notice whatever comes to you. Is there anything in resistance to the manifestation? Something at risk? Very slowly. When you find the thing that was at risk or you're afraid of, write it down. Just 2 words. Whatever it is. Just enough for a reminder. And move higher and higher. Enjoying your manifestation the whole way. Great. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay.
So Pat's saying that it's hard to focus on her manifestation and doing the eye movement, the manifestation disappears. And that's okay. Did you have a comment about that, Bill?
If you move slowly, move 10x more slowly. If you watch, focus on the manifestation and then move this slowly. Hopefully you can see my eyes. Maybe I'll just do it where you can. You're just going to focus on the manifestation and moving the eyes ever so slowly.
There's another little phenomenon that can happen here too. So if you're focused on your manifestation, you start to move left and right and you lose it. Notice where your mind does go. So I say your mind, but it's really your nervous system, your automated responses. Where does your mind go? Because that might be the block. That might be the thing that needs to be cleared first before the manifestation. So let it be there and then move your mind back to the manifestation as soon as you can. We're really in a practice of paying attention and listening to what the body has to say, what this neural pattern is trying to show us.
Okay. All right. So make your last notes here. Whatever came up. Okay. Whatever came up. Make a note for yourself of whatever was in resistance. Now, at this point, you probably have a few items that have come up that are in resistance to this manifestation. You might consciously also know some things about this manifestation that you're in resistance. So close your eyes and simply ask yourself, who would be none too happy if I got this manifestation? What relationship would be at risk? what would I lose emotionally, physically, personally, spiritually, if I got this? And just write that down. Now, I'm going to, as you're writing this down, I'm going to describe to you what happens during the manifestation process. For all of us, it operates the same. Something goes from thought to thing, right? When it manifests, in the most simplistic terms, it goes from thought to thing. But what a lot of people don't realize is that it actually follows a pathway through our physical body. With these different areas of our body are associated with different parts of the manifestation. Up here is your ideas and inspiration. And at some point, you got the idea or the inspiration for this thing that you want to manifest. And then you start to think about it. You'll start to speak. You'll start to feel. You may start to do. Then you'll start to create. And ultimately, when it gets down to your base, you end up manifesting it. And this will also feel completely different when that happens. And what we do with Cognomovement, this quantum manifesting that we do, is we actually find it in the field. We move all of those blocks that are in you and in the field out so that you don't feel any of those things anymore. Your eyes are very clear. There's no resistance to the manifestation in our feeling and actually in our neurology, reflected in our eyes. You literally don't have that feeling anymore, either place. So that is the process that we do. Today, we only have time to just give one piece of the puzzle. So we're going to give you one piece of the puzzle today to alleviate one of the things that you were here on your list. You've got all these resistances. So I'm going to show you something really neat. And that is, pick the thing that's on your list that you would say is the kind of the biggest point of resistance. My mom, my dad, the history of my family. If I get the money, I go to hell. You name it, whatever that might be. But your big one for you, the big one for you. Your hand. So you've got that one thing, and here what I'll do, I'm going to show you. With your hand, your physical hand, where would this be if it was in the air, in my auric field, somewhere around me? Where would that be if it was somewhere? Now, the very first thing that comes to you, the very first thing, well, and by the way, just don't care, just don't care. Wherever that is, that person or that thing that's in resistance, reach out. And when I say reach out, I mean this slowly. Reach out very, very slowly and feel where you think it might be. Feel to the left of it, feel to the right of it, and feel underneath it. It feels like thick air. It feels like there's a thickness there, a warmth. Some people even feel like a tingle in their hand, like a little bit of a nano electric shock. It could be colder, but feel around. As amazing as this seems, as you put your hand underneath it and come up underneath it, feel. Does it feel like it has just a wee bit of weight to it? Now, you just feel all around it. You can actually push right into it. As you push into it, you'll feel that thickness. Put in the chat. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? If you can feel it, put it in the chat. Yes. And tell us what it feels like. Thick, or okay, you've got tingles. Perfect. Cooler air. Great. Okay. Excellent. If you put your hand under it, heavy, heavy, spongy. Spongy is a great word. That's exactly what it is. Oh my gosh, look at how many people. Dense and spongy. That's exactly it. You got it. A ball of energy, tingling. Outstanding. All right, tingle in the hands. All right, a thick cloud. So this is, if it's behind you, some people it's behind you, you can actually turn your aura around. Imagine you put your hands in your auric field and you swing it like a big door. You know, one of them hotel swinging doors, you spin it around and now you can feel the back behind you, if that's where it is, okay? And then you swipe it back around again. Okay, so let's say that I wanted a new iPhone, right? And you know, specifically, I wanted this color. I don't know why I wanted this color, because you have to put the case on and you never get to see the color. I like that color, right? So I think about it, right? And I think, oh, I'd love that iPhone, seafoam green, you know? So I like that. So here's what happens. When you go to manifest, right, you think about it and it actually becomes dense in the field around you. Like literally when, not to go into too much detail, but some people have had near-death experiences. They can actually see the motorcycle like, oh my gosh, you're going to get a motorcycle. I see the density of it in your field. One of my friends, Cindy Dale, who's wrote a bunch of books on chakras, she actually sees the manifestation in people's field before it happens. And she says it's very dense. But if it's in the field, hasn't happened yet, but it gets denser and denser in the field until it becomes physical reality. This thing travels through your auric field. Now, that dark cloud that all of you felt, right? You felt the thickness, the sponginess. Well, it comes up against that thick, spongy thing, and it's like, boom, boom, boom. This is now. The chakras, the energy system is now. And when it gets to your base, it'll manifest. So when you think about things and they happen instantly, you have no resistance, no fear. It's like, rip, rip, boom. And here it is, phone, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to begin to erode the resistance for you. Okay? So you felt that in the field. Now, wherever that was, put your hands out and clap right there. Clap. Just clap, 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 clap. Exactly where it is. Clap, 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 clap. Right there. Okay. And then stop. Take a breath. Shake your hands out. Let your hands cool off from that. And reach back out with your hand. Is it still thick like it was? Is there still a thickness there? If there's still something left, clap the rest of it out. Clap it out. Okay. All right. And then reach out again and see if, is it still there, that thick cloud? Okay, we're on our way. If you don't feel it anymore there, write that you don't feel it anymore. Or is it still there?
So Bill, I want to answer a question here. So Mara, she said she felt it, but it's not really thick. That's okay. For some people, it's not. If you feel it at all, even a tingle, just a weight, for some people it's spongy, for some people it's just a little something. If you didn't know better, there'd be something there. If it's there and you feel it, it's in your field. That applies to your manifestation and the resistance. Right now, we're working on the resistance. So if you felt it, you did it. Don't worry. Debbie's saying it's gone. Woohoo! Ayo says, I don't feel it anymore. Brian says, he still thinks this is weird, but it works. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys.
Almost gone. All right. Oh,
Debbie says it's gone. Great, Gloria. I don't feel it anymore. Very good. Papa says, wow. Great work, you guys. You're getting it. Now, if you didn't get it the first time, try again. This is a little different. We realize that. So Shiga says she agrees it's weird. It is weird, but it just so happens that, think of it like a Tesla coil, guys. You're emitting a signal. That signal has mass. That's all it is. It's actually not so weird. It's just physical.
yeah. Yeah. Guys, this is, you think like, oh my God, this can't even be true, but you got to feel it with your hands. The most interesting thing here is that science is actually caught up. Everybody's familiar with an EEG. You know how you put the cap on your head and measured your brain waves and all that? They now have something called an MEG. That's a magnetoencephalography. There's several universities around the globe that have it. The sensors are not attached to your head. They're out in space. And when you think about, let's say this, right? Whatever you were thinking about, it actually creates an electrical charge in the field. And the sensor, the sensor will actually pick it up and it maps it to your brain. They're like, oh, okay, bing. So you have created so much energy around this. It's so thick that you can feel it with your hand. It's real. So when you clear this stuff out, these manifestations have a better pathway, but there's still more to this. And that is whatever was in my body. So we need to clear the field and the body. And that is what we do in the work of Cognomovement and this upcoming class as well, which I'll have Liz tell you all about it.
I want to answer just a couple of questions real quick. So Amy, you said that it feels like it's wrapping around you. So if you feel it wrapping around you, just clap it out. So I want to explain, you guys, when you're clapping it out, you basically are just dispersing the energy. Now in class, we're going to work that from the inside and from the outside. But like we said, this is just a little sample and this part's the most fun. But Amy, just clap out what you do feel, what is wrapped around you. Vaughn asked, do some people feel a vision or see a vision? Sometimes people do get a clear vision or a flash of something with the density. So just note it if it's important to you. If not, it just may be your brain's representation. And sometimes that little flick, it'll come to you later of what that actually is really about. Let me see if there's another question. Okay, so you can't feel it anymore, Jade, but you still feel the tightness in your chest. Again, it came back into the chest. So in your case, you would get back in there again and work that field and see what it's about. So I'm going to share with you what we're actually going to do in class. I want to do that now. Remember that we'll open the field for questions after the fact. But before everybody goes, I want to make sure you have an opportunity to know about this. We have an upcoming Manifest Happy Money class. So I don't know if any of you have manifested money before, or a business or something else that really was not happy. You can will things into existence, but sometimes they suck. So this is a Manifest a Happy Money class. It's happening December the 3rd. It's going to be from 9 in the morning to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're out of daylight time. What we'll be doing is we're going to work this thing from up to down and back to right and left to right and all the ways that all the directions. I don't even know my directions. So first, we're going to learn how to choose. We're going to choose this thing. We're going to get really clear about what we want and how we want it. The number one reasons most manifestations never occur is because you don't choose. You don't get specific and you don't actually choose what you want. So we're going to start off the day and do that. Then we're going to find what is blocking you. We're going to find the signal in your body through sensation that is actually filling your field and creating a direct opposition to what you want. What we know is that what you want, you wouldn't be thinking about it if it weren't already in your vicinity. That's called the vicinity theory. It's already calling to you. That's why it's in your mind. In my mind, I never dreamt of being an astronaut, and astronaut things never showed up. But you know what I did dream about? A way to create real change for real people. And Bill showed up. He was in my vicinity. So we're going to change the signal that is blocking what's already in your vicinity.
Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So we're going to be clearing that out step by step by step all morning long. We're going to hit it hard, clearing your automated responses. Now, we're talking about money, but nothing ever happens in a vacuum. So when we clear something out for you, well, you're going to do it for yourself. But when we guide you to clear it out, your money is going to change, but your relationships are going to change. Your body's going to change. The other things in your life that you never even dreamt would change are going to change with it, because nothing happens in a bubble. Okay, then we're going to take a break for lunch, and then we're going to hit the bringing it in, the manifesting part. We're going to be finding it in your field. We're going to be making it bigger. We're going to actually see the timeline in which this manifestation exists in its entirety. You're going to get an opportunity to try it on, to see if it works, make adjustments. Then we're going to pull that back into the body and make the signal for this manifestation the clearest it can possibly be. Then next, we're going to bring it down through your transformers. So it's out there somewhere, but it has to come into the 3D. We're going to bring it down through the chakra levels into the root chakra and beyond, and really pull it into the 3D. When you leave this class, you're going to feel like, yeah, okay, it's on its way, or feel like it already happened. So that's what the class looks like. It does require basic training. If you don't have your basic training, Leah has provided a basic training bundle. There's a significant discount. There's still time. We're still 2 weeks away. We want you to have an understanding of how our system works, because we're not going to be doing a lot of explaining. We're going to be doing. This is a get in there, down and dirty, do the thing. About 2 weeks after, we'll have a follow-up call. Anyway, okay, so that's the class. Leah's going to put it in the link. The how you can get the bundle if you want it, or just the class. We want to make sure that everyone has the best experience possible. So if you have your Cognomovement training already, get in there and start to practice a little bit in advance. Work this thing so you know what you want to choose ahead of time. And when the day comes, we'll be ready to go. So Leah, if you'll make sure you put that in the link for everyone. Basic training, Mara, is where you get your Cogno Movement ball. Cogno Movement uses this system, Cogno Movement ball. We teach you how to harmonize the left and right side of your brain. We teach you how to clear out your automated responses, things that you don't want. We teach you all the basic steps so you have a really good understanding of how to do it yourself. And then there's sessions for clearing emotions, clearing pain in your body, and clearing craving stuff. But you can really use it for anything. So it's our basic program. It's an online video program. It's actually pretty short to watch. The idea is that you do it with us. So basic training and then the class. So I want to make sure, Leah, did you get it in the link? Will you just let me know that the link's there? Good. So it's all there. Please click and sign up for the class. And then we're going to go ahead, if we don't have anything else about that, go ahead and pass it back to you guys, questions and comments.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that if anybody tries to come in, just don't let them in.
Okay.
And yeah, hopefully I got everybody. So sorry.
Okay, before we move on to the questions, I just want to give a special shout out to Elizabeth Strokes, who's here tonight. She was at our very first Cogno Movement class 1,000 years ago. So if you're listening, Elizabeth, hello. Also, hi, Erica.
Hello.
And Shazandra's here, Chrisandra is here, who is one of our practitioners as well in California. All right, so questions and comments. Go ahead and open your mic if you have a question or if you had an experience you want to share.
So to be clear, there was a question, do you need basic training for the class? Yes, you need basic training, and the basic training is going to give you all the tools that you need to eliminate automatic responses. So an automatic response is some sort of negative feeling that you get that you didn't choose, right? Nobody chose to feel bad, to feel guilty, to feel angry, to feel resentful, whatever. Imagine being free of that. And if you look down at your list of all of those things that were there on that list that you wrote down today, if you look at that, imagine your life without any of those feelings. Those are automatic responses. You didn't choose any of those. They just are. They're automatic. So imagine being able to eliminate all those. If they were all eliminated, do you think that this might show up, this manifestation? Also, can you see the reason why it maybe hasn't shown up quite yet? Like, why would I ever manifest money if it meant that I was going to have this happen?
And, you know, if you follow the link, you also can go to the basic training info page, and there's some videos there for you to watch, and you can take a look at what that is all about. I just want to encourage you guys, if you had fun with us tonight, sign up for the class. We have a lot of fun in class, joke around a lot, and it's really fast paced. It goes by quickly, but you get a heck of a lot done in a short time.
And
Okay.
just to be clear, if you don't have basic training, there is a ticket option to get your ticket and basic training at the same time, and you save $100. So just in the same link that I'm putting in the comments, you're able to do that.
Yeah, thanks, Leah. All right. So if you'd like to, you can put up your hand, or you can just open your mic if you have a question or you had an experience tonight you want to share. Hey, Carmen. Nothing? Crickets? I always have questions.
That's great. All right.
Anybody? Going, gone. If you don't have questions or comments for tonight, we'll say goodnight for now. We hope to see you in class.
Mara was raising her hand.
Who was?
Mara?
Go ahead, Mara. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Mara, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. I didn't fix that. Yeah, I had like an interesting thing. I kept on getting something like the lower part, almost like when my eye went down, it would just like start blinking a lot in one spot. Then it sort of almost happened on the other side too when we went the other way on the other eye. So it was almost like that downward movement. And then I kind of got this feeling when we were doing the other movement that it was something about pride shall be punished, and it was almost like biblical. I felt like there was like a biblical intonation. It was like pride goeth before a fall or something.
Yeah.
So, that was kind of really interesting. I felt that was almost ancestral coming up somehow, like an ancestral thing coming up.
Yeah. You know what? These things, thank you for bringing that up. That is really, really common. And, this whole ancestral thing is actually scientifically proven now that people's traumas from our parents and grandparents and their grandparents, they've proven that it's at least 14 generations back that we transfer forward our traumatic experiences. There's the work from Dr. Diaz out of UCSD. They had proven this with mice, and that they're intergenerationally traumatized. So, yeah, but that's really awesome. If the money is not showing up, for example, right? You certainly don't want to fall, right? So why would I ever do that? Because obviously, pride comes before the fall. Well, I don't want to fall. Better not take the money.
Yeah, like pride in having, whatever, like that.
Yeah.
Life or having the money coming in and sort of, being on your own and standing on your own 2 feet. And
Yeah. Who are you to be able to do that? But that's the thing that comes up for so many people. Who am I to have this thing? I wanted to follow up on what Bill was saying about, it's scientifically proven now. Do you know that science has discovered that our one strand of DNA can hold just incredibly massive amounts of data, of information. So when we come on the planet, we're holding the data, the information of everyone that we're in lineage from. So, but here's the cool thing. They're programs. It's just like your computer, just an installation of a program. And we have the technology now, this system, we can delete those programs just as easily as we can delete a program around money that happened to you last week. Maybe somebody said something you didn't like about money or held you back, or you didn't like the way your bank account looked. That creates an automated response. So the ones that are in your DNA or the ones that happened yesterday are as easily removed as one another. They're the same, just a simple program, a pattern that can be changed. I think that's amazing news. All right. So, and Eric, go ahead, Mara. Did you have more?
No, I was just wondering, it was almost like the density, like when I wasn't sure, but it almost felt like it was triggering that same spot energetically. Because I'm used to, like, I do a lot of energy work, and I'm actually used to feeling like dense energy in people. And it was like everything kind of felt the same. The only way I could like notice it all that may have been connected was it seemed to trigger that same spot in my, like low down on my eye. So, but it didn't feel particularly dense, it just felt connected to that spot. So it was a little confusing. I think I did this exercise once before, actually with Cindy Dale, like recently. And when Bill came to visit us, and I have a hard time finding the dense spots for myself. Like I know they must be there, but I just have a hard time with that.
Wow.
Is that like a thing that some people can find them right away and other people can't?
Well, so the way that when people are having difficulty finding the spot is I say, just to not care, let go of caring at all if you can or you can't, and to move very, very slowly. The other technique that works really well is to come from underneath it. Because if you're coming this way, oftentimes you'll feel kind of the density of it, and from underneath you'll start to feel the weight of it. So these things have dimension and density, and so that may help out a little bit.
Okay, thanks.
There's one more thing, Mara, that you said that will be helpful for everyone. It's that you said, in this one specific position, that's where you kept finding it. What we're really doing is triangulating between the place cell in the brain, the spot in the field, and the sensation in the body. We're working this kind of a vortex of information. So you're exactly right. Where your eye position is, where the field is, it's often where you're going to find it. In fact, where you're always going to find it and where you can work it. So in class, we actually work it both ways. We find that dense spot, the thing that's in resistance, and we clear that thing out. And then we also find the manifestation wherever it is in our field, along with the place cell in the brain through the eye position. So 1, 2, and then the feeling. In class, we're going to actually locate and find your core attracting feeling, the part of your body that sends a signal so powerfully into the field that it can't help but find its match and pull it in. But that's also with the exact place cell in the brain that knows where it is and the spot in the field. So we're always using all three.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else? Questions, comments?
Oh, I just one question, like when is like the deadline? Is there a deadline for these prices? Or is this like a special prices for a little while, or
No, actually this one is just the combination with the basic training is the discount. Yeah.
So like you can sign up on the day before and it's the same price.
Yeah, for that part. Yeah. The only problem is with that, you won't get your basic training in advance enough to be able to do it. We want you to do it as soon as possible so you can actually get your basic training, have your ball and practice. Yeah.
There is some work to be done ahead of time. If you don't have your basic training, it's a few hours of training so that you'll be prepared. So you'll definitely want to get that squared away.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
So I wanted to say, Amy said she had the past life stuff. So in that case, just like I was talking about the DNA, Amy, you can use that the same exact way. It's still just a program running in your neurology now, or else you wouldn't have it. So we always work it through this moment in this time now. So you're still going to feel it a certain way. It's still going to be active in your body. So the system is what we use to change that. Works great for the past life stuff too.
Cool. You can hear me? I don't know if I'm muted
I can
anymore.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay. No, oh my gosh, this was the coolest experience because I was my first time doing it, and I've been told various things, past life, ancestral, blah, blah, blah. I'm aware of it. And I thought that has been, okay, great. Let that go. It's not mine anymore. Well, clearly it's been mine. And I went from sitting in the space of that manifesting, like Bill was describing to do, and then feeling the tightness, and then literally my smile on my face, I felt my face feel the manifestation even more, actually feel how amazing it's going to feel to have what I'm desiring. And I just want to thank you guys so much for offering this today. This was so much fun.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
It's a blast for us to do too.
Oh, so cool. I'm I want to keep going. I'm keep making my own list, and then we keep going.
Yes, right. Once you understand it, it's super exciting. And there's so much more to it. You know, the clearing out of it in the body, those things. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
When you'll it is a bizarre experience, and bizarre in a good way, but a bizarre experience. You know how it feels to want this? When you go through class and this thing moves through the energy centers and gets to the base, what happens is it goes automatically without trying. It goes from I want this to literally, I'm not faking it. I'm like, this thing is mine. You know, it's like, have you ever like had something where you were like, oh, that's mine?
You know,
it's
so
done.
convinced. Yeah.
It's like as if,
No way.
you know, like you know, you're employed and you know it's Friday and the check is, you know, the checks come on Friday. Well, check's here. Yeah, of course. Pick it up at the office.
Right.
It's just here.
Yeah.
So it's no, there's nothing. So with that, it's a very strange situation to feel that. And also to encounter, you know, how you saw some things today that were in conflict with the manifestation. Well, there's even more that are in the system, in your field. So it's amazing to have that experience.
Yes. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys.
Oh, thank you for
Thank you
joining.
so much. Yes, this is to be continued. I'm sure I have to log off, but thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, everybody, we've kept you after school long enough. We will say goodnight for tonight. Please reach out, info@cognomovement.com if you have questions. All of you who've been with us a long time, you know that. Miracles after this session are mandatory reporting, obviously. Please reach out and share that with us. And we really would love to see you in class on December 3rd. And make the things you want to have happen just be as easy as thinking about them and watching them show up just like that. All right, last thoughts, anything, Bill, before we say goodnight?
A free class for you. Cognomovement.com/Gaia. There's an hour there that if you continue this work, you'll find out what's going to happen to you. Enjoy.
All right, let's say goodnight. Good night, Mara.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Good night, Rita.
Good night.
Good night, Arlene. Good night, Jade. Patricia. Good night, Leah.
Good
Good night, Vaughn. Good night, Lizzie. Good night, Julie. Good night, Shay. Good night, Pat. Good night, Susan. Good night, Jay. Did I miss anybody? Good night, Debbie. Good night, Ethan. Bye. Good night, Art. Duffield's iPad. Good night, Gloria. Good night, Papa. Good night, Erica. Good night, Io. Good night. See you guys next time. Good night, Bill McKenna.
Good night. Good night, everybody.
Bye,
Liz.
Bye.
Liz. Thanks for being here. Bye, Shelby.
Good night. Bye.
Hey, Carmen.
Bye. Love you guys.
Love you
too.
too.
Good to see you.
Bye.
Hey, Cassandra. Good night. Robert.
Good night. Good
Good night, Robert. Good night, Patricia. See you guys soon. Bye.